G'day, Nigel from Sax School. Today's lesson, I want to show you how to play the saxophone solo from Waiting for a Star to Fall by Boy Meets Girl. Huge hit in the late 80s and a mega sax solo by a guy called Andy Snetzer. Now this is a tricky solo, and actually the original solo is quite high, played on tenor saxophone, and it is pretty challenging. So what we're going to do in this lesson is I'm going to show you all the notes, but we're going to look at it down the octave, which makes it a lot more manageable. So it's a brilliant saxophone solo, this, and as I say, it was recorded by Andy Snetzer. Now Andy Snetzer is a bit of a legend. Maybe he's a guy you've not heard of. I met him in the late 80s myself, actually. A really lovely guy. At the time he was touring with the Rolling Stones. And yeah, he was a nice guy to talk to, actually. But he's one of these guys that's played with everybody. He recorded this solo as a session, but he's toured with loads of guys. I saw him recently, he was touring with Paul Simon as well. So, great saxophone player and a fantastic technician. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll play it through first of all for you down the octave on the tenor saxophone, and then we're going to go back and we'll look at it step by step and work out how to play it. It sounds a little bit like this. Now I'm just going to play it without the backing track straight through. So if you remember, it starts about 3 minutes into the song, and down the octave it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. So it still sounds pretty cool even down the octave. I'll play it through now up the octave so you can see how it compares. This is it up the octave. Wish me luck. So 1, 2, 3. So it really screams up there, but I think it still sounds cool down the octave, so let's have a look at that. Okay, so in the original key on the tenor saxophone, we're in the key of G major. So that means we've got F sharps all the way through, but we're going to see a couple of other notes in here as well. So the very first phrase is this one. So we're starting with E, and this is E with our octave key on. E, and then E, F sharp, G, and then a sneaky F to F sharp, down to D, and down to B, and we do a fall off from that. So we can fall off with our fingers by adding our fingers on quickly, and also by relaxing with our embouchure, okay? So E, E, F, G, sneaky F up to F sharp, down to D, finishing with a B. Should we try that? So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Now for that sneaky F to F sharp, because we're playing down the octave, you might actually do an E to F sharp instead of the F. I think it's a bit slicker, and at speed it'll work better. So E, E, F sharp, G, and then let's do E to F sharp, and then down to B, D down to B. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Okay? The next phrase is this. So those notes, B, no octave key, B, C, and then up to D with the octave key on. And then we go back down to C, B, C, B, G, down to low E. And then we finish by going G, G, B. So one more time. B, C, D, C, B, C, B, G, E, G, G, B. Now that last B, we're going to make it nice and short. So really slowly. 2, 3, 4. And again. 3, 4. Now, if you want to do a bit tricky there, you could go B, C, D, C, B, and then C with our side key, and then back down to B. That's going to save you doing this flappy thing like this. So, if you want to be really tricky, you can do all the C's with the side. I'll leave you to have a play with that, see what feels most comfortable for you. Okay, the next line, I'll play it for you first. There's a bit of a tricky one, this one, rhythmically. But here are the notes. It starts on low D, D, E, G, G, E, D, and then F sharp, A, B, B, D, D, F natural, and then E, D, B, D, B, D, E. So, I don't know if I can sing down that low. Let's try it. D, E, I'll sing up the octave. D, E, G, G, E, D, F sharp, A, B, B, D, D, F natural, E, D, B, and then D, B, D, E. So let's do it slowly. Now it starts on the second half of beat 3. Here we go. 1, 2. Tricky rhythm, isn't it? Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. If you do it faster, it sounds cooler. 1, 2. And again, we'll make that last note nice and short, that E. Okay, the next phrase goes up to high D. So this is our first palm key with our octave key. Okay, the notes, high D, and then we hold that for 2.5 beats, then we slur, so no tonguing, down to C, B, A, and then G, E, D, B, which we'll tongue those, and then D with a short E on the end. So, start on the end of the bar, end of beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it again. 3, 4. Okay, we're almost there now. The next phrase sounds like this. So it starts on a high G, then a short B, back to G, another short B, back to G again, and then we finish by going to E and doing a fall off from the E. So here we go, 3, 4. Okay, last phrase, sounds like this. So, pretty easy this one. B, no octave key, up to D with the octave key on, and then E, E. So B, D, E, E, do it again. B, D, E, E, and do it a third time. B, D, E, E, D. And we finish by going a C up to high D on our first palm key. And we fall off from that note. Okay? So we try playing that last phrase. So it starts on the second half of beat 3. So here we go. 1, 2. Okay, so let's finish off by playing it through at that nice slow tempo and see if we can join all those phrases together. Here we go. So we start the very first note on the end of the bar. It's the second half of beat 4. So here we go. Do, 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 da, da. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you want to make it sound even cooler, a bit more like the original, you can do some growling on those high notes, particularly that high D, and both times actually. Both times when you go up to that high D, a bit of a growl on there. The next thing I suggest you do is stick on the original recording and try playing along with that. See if you can get it up to speed so you can play it along with Andy Snitzer on the original recording there, and have a listen to all the little things that he does. I've written a lot of detail on the chart for slurs and for also short notes and also accented notes. So those three things: which notes are slurred, that means you don't tongue onto them; which notes are tongued nice and short with a dot; and which notes are accented, so those are with a little angle sign on the top there. So have a look through your music and see if you can incorporate all of those things when you're going slow through it. And then when you're feeling comfy and you're feeling like you're getting a bit faster with it, stick on the original recording and try and play along with that and see if you can get all of the details in and make it sound just like Andy Snitzer. If you're feeling really brave and you're ready for a new challenge, then we'll have to have a look at that up the octave. I think that's the job for another lesson because there's a load of things to talk about in there. So good luck practicing through that. Have some fun with it. And don't forget to let me know how you're getting on with it by leaving a comment below the lesson. Keep practicing hard. I'll see you next time.